You know the feeling. You're just going about your day, completely focused on whatever is right in front of you, when out of absolutely nowhere, boom, a memory hits you. We're talking about something from years ago that you definitely weren't trying to remember. So welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into a fascinating, everyday mystery that happens to literally all of us. Why do random memories suddenly appear? Out of nowhere, a forgotten face, an old conversation. I want you to just slow down for a second and really think about how that feels. Imagine you're just sitting on the bus, or maybe you're washing the dishes, right? And suddenly, vividly, you picture a totally random moment from a childhood vacation. Or maybe you hear an old conversation echo in your mind like it just happened 5 minutes ago. It's this completely immersive, almost sensory experience, and it hits you right in the middle of a totally unrelated moment. And that brilliantly brings us to the big question. So why did it suddenly appear? Think about it. You weren't actively trying to remember this stuff. You didn't open up an old photo album or start journaling about your past to try and trigger it. It just arrived. Well, to understand this mystery, we have to look at how your brain actually processes and files your life behind the scenes. Your brain stores everything in pieces: moments, emotions, sounds, and smells. You see, your brain doesn't store a memory like a single perfectly edited movie file that you just hit play on. Not at all. Instead, your mind acts like this massive, constantly active background processor. Even the things you think you've completely forgotten are still in there. They're just broken down into these tiny, fragmented pieces. And because all these little pieces are still stored away safely in your mind, when a memory finally does show up, well, it's actually not random at all. Which brings us to unlocking hidden triggers. The truth is, most memories are activated by hidden triggers: a smell, a sound, a place, or even a feeling. The catch is, you just don't always notice them. You might assume a memory was completely unprompted, but there was almost always a catalyst right there in front of you. Maybe it was a specific type of floor wax, or a faint perfume passing by on the breeze. It could be a sound you barely registered, or just a sudden internal feeling. The takeaway here is that one tiny, almost invisible signal from your current surroundings can act like a master key, instantly unlocking an entire memory file from years ago. It's really all about the chain reaction. One thought begins, leads to another connection, and boom, you land on an unexpected memory. Your brain works exactly like a vast neural network. Every single memory is connected to others. So one thought connects to another, in another, in another, just bouncing through your network like a pinball until you are vividly remembering something you absolutely weren't expecting to. But why do some specific memories pop up more than others during this crazy chain reaction? It's simple. Your brain marks them as important. We're talking about the sheer power of emotion here. Memories tied to strong emotions carry extra weight in your brain's network. Embarrassing moments, incredibly happy memories, or really painful experiences, your brain naturally flags these highly emotional events as crucial. Because of that weight, they're much easier to trigger and way more likely to unexpectedly resurface. And this brings us to the mastermind behind the whole operation. Your brain is doing this constant scanning. What's it looking for? Well, it scans past experiences to make sense of the present. It looks for patterns to connect the dots of your life, and it searches for connections, finding hidden relevance in what's happening right now. It's essentially a subconscious search engine running in the background 24/7. So sometimes a random memory surfaces simply because your brain is actively trying to make sense of something happening to you in the present moment. Okay, so if the brain is doing all this highly logical connecting, pattern matching, and scanning, why does it feel so incredibly sudden to us? Because it happens below your awareness. You simply don't see that massive chain of complex connections happening in the background. Your conscious mind is totally oblivious to the search engine doing its thing. You only notice the final result hitting your conscious mind, the memory itself. That's exactly why it feels like it came out of thin air. But actually, your brain has been logically leading you there all along. So let's completely change how we think about this. Here's the big reveal of this explainer. A random memory is a past event that is triggered, connected, and reconstructed by your brain's hidden background system. They aren't glitches in the matrix. They are perfectly executed background processes. It's a hidden system, working quietly and efficiently in the background of your mind to pull together the fragmented pieces of your life. I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. The next time a memory quietly surfaces out of nowhere, don't just brush it off. Ask yourself, what triggered this? Be an investigator in your own mind. Was it a smell you didn't consciously register? A passing shadow? A faint sound? Try to track back that chain reaction and find the hidden connection your brain just made. If this explainer made you rethink your memories and the hidden patterns inside your mind, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'd absolutely love it if you join the community for more content on how your mind works. And hey, before you go, drop down below. What's your most random memory that's ever popped into your head? Share it with us and let's keep the investigation going in the comment section. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.